Hey. I'm impressed. A grave robber in broad daylight and right in front of me.
Oh,
When I was in elementary school, we were asked to write about our future dreams in class.
Your dream is to be a CEO? That's why you're an idiot, haha. You can't just vaguely decide to become a CEO, Joji.
One day, while I was doing that homework next to my mom as she prepared dinner, my older brother, who had just come home from his club activities, made fun of me like that.
It's none of your business, bro.
Now. It's good to have all sorts of dreams. When you were in elementary school, Kazushi, your dream of being a businessman was pretty vague too, wasn't it?
Mine has specificity. It means choosing a profession that fits the changing trends of the times, Mom.
My brother, unlike me, was the brilliant type, and he was probably right about having specificity. But it really pissed me off to be shot down like that.
So, you guys don't have any dreams of taking over our diner, huh?
Well, our family is poor.
My brother and I couldn't help but say it in unison in response to our dad's grumbling, and we exchanged awkward, bitter smiles. We were brothers who weren't particularly interested in each other, and that relationship didn't change even when we become adults. But now that I'm 26, reality is starting to sink in. My brother was the right one. The proof is that he became a businessman, and I failed to become a CEO. Failing would have been one thing, but I blew through our parents' insurance money and even racked up debt. I failed at starting my own business. It was a video production company I started with my college friends, but it fell apart within a few years. The people I thought were my friends scattered like spiders, leaving me with nothing but debt. At a loss, I decided to visit my parents' grave since it happened to be the Obon festival. My parents ran a humble diner and were always struggling with rent and loan payments. Still, I can't thank them enough for scrimping and saving to send both of us to college. Dad, I get sending my brilliant brother, but you don't have to force me to go to college too.
You're gonna be a CEO, right, Joji? You should learn everything you can. Besides, don't worry about it. We can manage, so it's not like it's impossible.
Thank you, I'll make sure to succeed. I'll succeed in the future and be a good son to them, but that resolution was shattered all too easily. That's because right after I turned 20, both of my parents died in a car accident. It was a single car accident on a mountain road. From the dashcam footage, it was clear that the accident happened when they swerved to avoid a deer that had jumped out. Why, so suddenly?
Dad, Mom.
And so, a small amount of insurance money was left to my brother and me.
Why don't you entrust your insurance money to me too? I promise you won't lose anything.
My brother had apparently invested his insurance money. Last year, when the Japanese stock market plummeted, he even invited me to join him. But unfortunately, by that point, I had already blown most of it on my business. Sorry bro, that's the situation, so I can't get on board even if I want to. I remembered his stunned expression, whether it was from surprise or worry. Well, it's all in the past now. Muttering to myself, I offered flowers and sweets at my parents' grave. The sweets were castella cake, which my dad loved when he was alive. I took 2 slices out of the box, placed them on the paper plate, and offered them. They say you can still enjoy the aroma after you're gone, so I hope you enjoy it even a little. Then, I lit the candle and incense sticks. As I slowly closed my eyes and put my hands together, tears naturally welled up. I'm sorry for being such a worthless son. I'm sure my brother will take care of things for me, so please forgive me. It was just as I was asking for such forgiveness that I heard a rustling sound nearby. An animal? I thought, and when I opened my eyes, I was stunned by the sight. A ghost? No, that's not it. Hey. I'm impressed. A grave robber in broad daylight and right in front of me. The person who emerged from behind the grave was, as I thought, a young woman.
I'm so sorry. I haven't eaten in move properly in a week. I couldn't help myself.
The story she told while prostrating herself on the ground was a bit hard to believe in this day and age. But just as I thought that, the woman's stomach growled loudly.
I'm so sorry to ask, but I won't ask for a whole slice. Even half would be enough. Could you please share some with me?
She's got some nerve making demands in this situation. I'll be taking it home soon anyway. If I abandoned her here, in a place like this, I feel like I'd be cursed. With that thought, I offered her the rest of the costella.
All of it? Are you sure? Delicious! What is this? I've never had costella like this before.
The moment I handed her the costella, the woman began to devour it like a wild animal. I was amazed by her complete lack of manners. Of course it's delicious. It's a high-grade Gosan Yaki costella that costs nearly 4,000 yen for a whole loaf.
You're rich.
I'm not. I just splurged on it because I thought it might be my last.
Last?
Never mind. For some reason, I don't feel that way anymore. So, why are you doing this? Are you homeless?
No. I have a place, but I'm so busy paying rent and for lessons that I don't have enough for food.
Lessons?
I'm a voice actress. Well, I don't have any work, so I'm not sure if I can really call myself one.
Thank you for the meal. After saying that, the woman began to tell me her story bit by bit.
I came to Tokyo against my parents' wishes and graduated from a voice acting vocational school. But I keep failing auditions. I know it's my fault for not joining an agency, but I'm not good with people, and while I was worrying about it, I missed my chance. Still, I have to pay for rent and lessons, so I'm barely getting by with part-time jobs.
No, you're not getting by if it comes to this.
Right. And today is Obon, so I thought maybe I'd find some food offerings.
I thought that line of thinking was already pretty far gone, but I decided not to point it out.
But it seems everyone takes their offerings home, so there was nothing. And that's when you showed up and,
I'm Joji Kakuta.
Oh! I'm Minori Nono.
We both gave a wry smile at the strange timing of our introductions. I'm telling you, it's for your own good. Shouldn't you go back to your parents' house, Inori?
No way! Becoming a voice actress is my dream. I've only just gotten my foot in the door.
Her eyes were sparkling. It's amazing how she hasn't given up on her dream, even while doing something like begging for food. Thinking about it makes me feel like an idiot for getting depressed over a little debt. Maybe the challenge is just beginning. Besides, I thought to myself as I looked at Inori. A voice actress, huh? I worked with a few in my previous video production job. Maybe this is fate. Hey, Inori, have you ever thought about becoming a VTuber?
A VTuber?
Yeah, I think it's a pretty viable side job for a voice actress.
Mr. Kakuta, are you from a VTuber agency?
No, I'm starting one.
Eh?
I know an illustrator who's also a VTuber for my previous job. I have a connection to get the model made. I'll cover the initial investment so you won't have to take any risks. Though she was clearly put off, Inori hesitated. After a moment's thought, she looked at me with a steady gaze.
Why are you giving me this chance?
Whether it's a chance or not is up to you. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. I saw you and thought I'd like to take a gamble.
Are you the one who's drowning, Mr. Kakuta? Not me?
Well, in this case, I guess we both are. We joked around, but I could tell we had both made up our minds. In the summer of my 26th year, in front of my parents' grave, I was getting a fresh start in life. Meanwhile, my brother, who worked at a major advertising agency, was in a conference room for a project proposal meeting.
I propose using a VTuber for this project. They have great potential at a relatively low cost.
The one who spoke up was my brother's subordinate, Satomi Nishida.
VTubers, huh? Even if you say VTuber, the quality varies widely from top to bottom. I assume you chose a top tier one, of course. But using a major agency would cost as much as, or even more than a real-life idol. On the other hand, relying on an unproven newcomer is too risky.
However, there are newcomers who show potential.
Potential, you say? What if that bet doesn't pay off? What matters is a proven track record, not potential.
I believe what's important isn't whether they have a track record, but whether they have passion right now. Passion is hard to quantify, so a newcomer with passion is relatively low cost. Recently, younger audiences are more exposed to VTubers and streamers than to television.
I acknowledge your enthusiasm, but what advertising needs is reliability, not emotion. Risks are unacceptable.
That's true, but
We should use a popular idol group for this project. And I think we should go with a traditional plan centered around TV commercials and billboard and banner ads. We can embed QR codes in the ads to link them with social media.
In the end, my brother pushed through his foolproof plan.
is this expensive computer really for me?
A few days later, I was setting up streaming equipment in Inori's room. It's a necessary expense. It's on an installment plan, and my debt will only increase by a little anyway.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
If we can make money with this, it won't be a problem. Besides, I'll be working multiple part-time jobs until we're stable. And so, our new business venture got off to a great start. First, I used the connection from my previous job to commission a character from a popular illustrator and VTuber. Thanks to that, we were able to generate a certain amount of buzz, even before her debut, which was a huge advantage.
Wow, she's so cute! I get to play a character like this?
The concept is a ghost VTuber that I met and scouted at a cemetery. Pretty much what happened. Her name is Iori Yoan. It's close to your name, Inori, so you should be able to react naturally.
Thank you for everything. I'll do my best. And then I said while prostrating myself, I won't ask for a whole slice. Half is fine, please share. Whoa, she's got some nerve. My sincerity must have gotten through because I got all of it. I think he was just taken aback by you, not moved by your sincerity. It's not much, but go get something to eat with this. Wow, thank you for the super chat, Haru Haru.
While working part-time, I took on the roles of producing Iori and handled all the video editing. And within a year, the ghost VTuber Iori Yoan had become a reasonably popular streamer. We're finally, just barely, starting to turn a profit from streaming.
Really? Yay!
And we're also getting corporate sponsorship offers for Iori Yoan, a product promotion and a voice acting role in a commercial.
A voice acting job? Thank you, Mr. Kakuta.
Of course, it's your dream. We'll be actively taking these on.
What about your dream of becoming a CEO? Is it coming true?
You're already making it come true for me. Although, being a CEO who also works part-time isn't exactly glamorous yet. I wish I were a Superman like my brother, who can handle both work and investments.
You have a brother? Is he a CEO too?
No, my brother played it safe and works as a businessman at a major advertising agency.
It's rare for you to misread the times like this. Do you dislike VTubers?
I had no doubt that my brother was successful, but at that very moment, he was being summoned by his manager.
No, I understand it's a passing trend. It's just that when you consider stability, it's inevitably not an option.
Stability, huh? The client's request was for a viral project targeting young people. It's true that the ad for this project did achieve the initial intended results. But it's bad that a rival company went viral with a VTuber. This can't be called a success.
That's right, my brother, who had rejected Satomi Nishida's idea and pushed his own, ended up making a rival company go viral.
Unfortunately, a VTuber collaboration campaign launched by a rival company went even more viral on social media. From the client's perspective, this is a failure. It's no surprise they didn't renew the contract.
I'm truly sorry. Should I have used a VTuber like Nishida suggested? But would that have produced better results than what we have now?
Also, I heard that the idea of using a VTuber was brought up during the meeting. Why was it rejected? I understand the stability issue, but did you not see any potential at all?
I'm sorry, it was due to my lack of knowledge.
That's not what I mean. There's a limit to what one person can learn. That's why you need to utilize your subordinates more effectively, and sometimes you need to entrust them with things. You're talented, but only when you're working alone. You should bear in mind that you're still immature as a leader. Sometimes it's important to trust your subordinates when they see great potential in something, instead of judging everything by your own values.
Those words somehow reminded my brother of the time he had dismissed my dream long ago.
I'll take care of the issue of losing this contract. I'm counting on you next time.
So, does that mean I have to adopt my subordinate's plan even if mine is superior? What does it mean to trust in business? For the first time, my brilliant brother felt a sense of doubt. That night, during a break from working overtime, my brother was scrolling through social media, browsing some VTuber posts. He was mainly looking at up-and-coming newcomers and mid-tier talents, but...
A corporate sponsorship and a voice acting job in a commercial, huh? That's some serious passion, but I've never heard of this agency.
He happened to come across a post by Iori Yoan. He peeked at her stream out of curiosity, and found it filled with fans laughing at her poor life stories and comments praising her production.
The method of eliciting empathy on a low budget is quite impressive.
Muttering that to himself, my brother, out of habit, quickly looked up information about her agency and was shocked.
What? CEO Joji Kakuta? It doesn't seem to be someone with the same name. I heard his previous video production company wasn't doing well, but I had no idea he'd started something like this. How ridiculous.
He casually picked up the photo of her parents that sat on the corner of his desk. Seeing his reckless brother achieving success, something stirred deep in his chest.
I need to create an even more perfect plan to meet my manager's expectations.
However, my brother failed to grasp the reason why his manager deliberately didn't place the blame on him personally. Furthermore, losing the client's trust was the first setback my brother had ever experienced. As a result, while searching for a way to recover, my brother decided to take a huge gamble on a new campaign for a major beverage company.
For this project, we're hiring one of the industry's top talents, Masayoshi Nagai.
Mr. Nagai, that runs the risk of going over budget.
The client is a major company. As long as we get results, it won't be a problem. We're gonna put on the most extravagant event possible. Next time, no matter what goes viral, we can't afford to lose to our competitors.
A plentiful budget and a national talent who has been at the top of the TV industry for years. It should have been a perfect plan.
He's late. He should have been on the set by now.
We've just received information that Mr. Nagai is retiring from the entertainment industry. There's a scandal about him in this week's magazine that just came out.
What? What kind of scandal?
It's about the sexual assault of a former female announcer.
No way. He's a highly likable celebrity. This will ruin his commercial value. No, this is not the time to be thinking about that. How can we recover from this? There's no way we can book another big-name celebrity at this point.
This is impossible. We have to take this back to the office.
Ugh.
Unable to prepare a backup plan, my brother's team fell into chaos. As a result, it was confirmed that the campaign would not start on schedule, and the enraged client terminated the contract. The company suffered a loss of several hundred million yen, and my brother was held responsible, leading to an emergency inquiry meeting within the company.
There were no preparations for prior risks, and you went over budget. How do you explain this?
The talent scandal was unforeseeable. However, the plan itself...
Regarding the budget, we advised against it multiple times, but it was Section Chief Kakuta who forced it through. Furthermore, the alternative plans and social media strategies were proposed were all rejected, and we were told to do things the old-fashioned way.
So you're saying you proceeded on your own, ignoring the opinions of your team?
Mr. Kakuta's policy was indeed based on past successes. This time he was just unlucky.
I don't think this loss can be dismissed as bad luck.
That's right. However, if this had been based on the team's consensus, there might have been a way to defend it. Since it's clear that you proceeded on your own, the conclusion has been reached. We can no longer entrust you with a position of responsibility.
Damn it!
His manager's sharp eyes suddenly distorted with what looked like regret.
I thought you would learn. I'm disappointed.
Regarding the losses from this matter, we will officially notify you of a transfer and disciplinary action, considering it a failure of your command and judgment.
And with that, the meeting concluded matter-of-factly. No one spoke to him. No one met his eyes. Only the merciless sound of chairs being pushed back echoed in the room. My brother had been relegated to an insignificant post. In the office, no one spoke to him, and my brother's isolation deepened.
My strategy shouldn't have been wrong.
No one directly said you were wrong. And yet, every attitude, every glance told him that it was so.
But this is the result.
His coldness and lack of flexibility had caused him to lose all trust. While being swamped with meaningless work day after day, my brother never gave up his habit of following trends. That's why one day, while working overtime, he came across something unexpected on social media. It was a live stream of an event where I, Joji Kakuta, and Iori Yoan were on stage.
The CEO is making a public appearance? Just like that show-off.
Before he knew it, Iori Yoan was solidifying her position as a mid-tier VTuber. And I was gaining attention in the industry as her producer and CEO.
I'm so grateful to CEO Kakuta for picking me up. He gave someone like me the first step towards my dream. I really had nothing, you know? I was so hungry I was wandering around a cemetery. Is that part for real? Whoa, no wonder she calls herself a stray ghost VTuber. Honestly, why did you pick me up?
I guess it was fate in the end, and your desperation? I just felt like I could count on you. My brother watched me smile as I said that through the live stream. In that moment, a memory of her family laughing together at her parents' diner flashed through his mind. Perhaps it was because my passion and belief in human relationships resembled our parents' way of life, valuing the heart even when poor.
Where did I go wrong? Dad, Mom.
Gazing at her parents' photo, my brother muttered to himself. Shortly after, my brother submitted his resignation and left the major advertising agency. None of his colleagues tried to stop him from leaving.
I just wanted to escape poverty, seek stability, and work myself to the bone. I think I'll go see Dad and Mom for the first time in a while.
He muttered to himself. Before he knew it, the Obon season had arrived. How long has it been since I've had a break at this time of year? My brother wondered as he looked up at the blue sky. Meanwhile, I had used Castella as bait to get Inori to come with me to visit the grave.
The incense has burned out. Can I eat the offering now?
Sure, but don't devour it all at once like last time. It's bad for you.
I know. You should have some too, boss.
Yeah, you go ahead and eat. I have something to take care of. Looking around, I spotted the person I was looking for hiding, and I approached and called out to him. I saw the flowers and the incense was still burning, so I figured you were nearby, bro.
I wasn't hiding. I was just on my way home.
I see. I murmured naturally, seeing a reflection of my last year's self in my brother's appearance. I heard you quit the advertising agency, but you still have the assets you made from investing, right?
That? Actually, around the time I suggested you invest, I had already failed at margin trading. I was facing a margin call. And since I couldn't pay it, my assets were forcibly liquidated. Instead of assets, I ended up with debt.
You're kidding. I'm sorry, bro. If I hadn't blown the insurance money on my business back then.
No, it's fine. In fact, I feel better now that I've said it. I guess losing my job and everything else made it possible for me to be honest.
So we both not only lost the insurance money, but also ended up in debt.
Yeah, maybe we're more alike than we thought.
After we both had a good laugh, I quietly said something to my brother. Bro, if you're ever in real trouble, let me know. We're the only family we have left.
I'll do my best.
Just then, Inori's voice echoed from a distance.
Boss! The Castella is going to be all gone!
Without the flexibility to trust and delegate to others, perhaps even the most talented person can't succeed. But my brother now, I'm sure he'll be fine. For some reason, I had a strong feeling about that.
Hello, Brittany here. Whoa. Love Koi, did you read into my life? I myself am a VTuber and a voice actress. I don't have an editor though. I guess I need to hide behind a gravestone and pluck up some offerings so somebody will give me my entire streaming setup, a new VTuber model, and an editor all in one. Woohoo! I'm really not going to do that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!